Rob, you had a bit of a caning on the penalty count in the scrum, which is rather unlike you. Was that the reason why you didn't pull away, really?
Yeah, I think it was 100% the reason. I mean, I don't mind telling you, I've just given it to the forwards in the changing room, despite a win, which feels really odd because I say it every week how precious Premiership points are and how they're come by. They're often hard fought. So we've shown some good qualities to see the game off. Of course we have, and we've scored more points than Harlequins and whatever. So we've obviously done some things right. But I kind of give it to them. I said, look, Exeter Chiefs pack of forwards playing at home, Sandy Park. We've ended up being yellow carded for multiple scrum offences. We didn't get our maul to any stage looking dominant, although we got a couple of successful ones in the second half. And I said, it feels like you've been pushed around a bit as pack of forwards. And I said, look, we're going to have to take that on the chin, and you're going to have to get your heads down and get some hard work done over the next few weeks, because we can't just manage our way through a few games because we know there's a semi-final. I mean, it's a unique situation. I don't think I've never been in this situation before. The players have never been in this situation before. Not many teams have, where the biggest game of the season is there. It's determined now. Yes, we can have some effect on who it ends up being, who gets the fourth or third positions, whatever. But actually, we know that game's there. We've kind of at this stage of the season, we've won the big prize, and I think it's creating this interesting kind of almost like a little emotion vacuum. We're not quite sure, I think, how we need to be. And I don't mind admitting that. I've actually said to the players, look, it's a unique scenario. You're human, I get it. I get that there's this big game coming up and you're going to be thinking about it and you're going to be partly planning for it, and there's no way around it. I can say it to them as much as I like. No, it's about this week, it's about tomorrow, it's about this game right here. We can keep reiterating, keep saying it, but they all know that game's there. They all know it's coming. It's not something we're still fighting for. And it's, like I say, it's creating this interesting scenario where I'm pleased that even off form, we get a bonus point against Wasps, who came in and played very well. We've won the game today against Quins, who are fighting for top four. So it was obviously like the core of what we do, the base of what we do, are obviously very, very, very much still there. But that last little bit of like killer pressure, killer togetherness that just sees dominant results happen, it's just not there at the moment. And I don't mind saying that. It's there, it's right under the surface. What I'm worried about is that we expect it to come in the week of the semi-final, and the players are suddenly looking around and going, well, where is it? What was it? I'm not quite sure. I'd like us to feel challenged a bit, and so I've challenged the players just now in the changing room. I said, come on, let's snap out of it. I almost said to them, look, if the focus of your anger or whatever needs to be me, I don't mind. I'll give it to you. That's not good enough.
The way you started, though, your second try was just the most perfect breakdown, decision making all the way through, sustained,
yes.
Left, right, up the middle. What was the reason why the game suddenly became a breakdown disaster after that?
Personally, I would say what happened was we were a bit stung by the Wasps game. So we haven't lost at home for quite a long time. We were stung by that. I think we were stung by our levels of performance. We talked about that a lot during the week. We talked about it right up till kick-off. And I actually genuinely think the players, they've gone out, they've cared about the performance today. It's not that they don't care. I've got to be very careful what I say. And they were stung and they hurt, and they went out there and they went after that game. But again, what actually happened within the game is a little bit like where we are in the season. We got 12 points up. You could see we looked a little comfortable. And the minute we went comfortable, everything kind of became harder. I'm not going to say it was easy, but rugby's a funny game. The harder you work, the easier it becomes a little bit. And the minute you start looking at the opposition, I mean, we have our first real set of defence. We didn't let Harlequins score till 60 odd minutes, but we were going side to side and letting them play in front of us instead of just going and getting them. And normally we would just go and get a team and drive them back, sometimes 10 metres per passage of play. And we didn't do that. And I don't want to make it all about us. Obviously, Harlequins have come here and they've contributed to a tight game of rugby. And as I say, their pack forwards got the upper hand today. And we're going to look at that very closely because, as I said, there isn't any easy ways to do things. There's not really any easy ways to do things in a scrum and a maul. You actually lock yourself in there, you head up the field and you go forward. And all 8 of you got to do it at the same time. You can try and be clever about the technicalities and the body shapes and all this type of stuff. Actually, it's 8 guys coming together and pushing harder than other 8 guys most of the time. And I'm going to keep it that simple with them. I'm just going to say, if you want to go forward, and you want to drive the team forward, you're going to make us go forward. Like I say, I'm not worried about falling out with them for a couple of weeks, because what I don't want to do is fall out with them after a semi-final when we haven't turned up. I'd rather fall out with them now.
So are you confident that come the big match, you will be able to flick the switch and go back to the Chiefs we know, as it were?
Personally, I'm 100% confident, because I do trust the players. You know, we've got a good set of players here, good set of lads, and it's more that I've now got to find a way for them to realise what's going on and to challenge themselves now, so that ultimate challenge, that semi-final, doesn't become too much of a change from where we are. What I don't want is a performance level that's kind of here, and then we're going to need a performance level here. You know, I'd rather, you know, you can never expect them to be the same or above it, because if we were doing that, we'd be getting that wrong. You know, we want to be stepping up. But I'd like to see us getting a little bit closer to where we're going to need to be to win a semi-final.
Well, in your press release before this game, you were quoted in saying that you were challenging the players after that Wasps game and after having a week off to actually turn up for this game and do it. Do you think they didn't listen, or was it just a case?
I don't think it's if this is the thing with coaching. You talk to people all the time. I walk down through the grandstand there, and people are saying, "Tell them to do this, Rob. Tell them to do that." Tell them to do this. I go, okay. And you sit there in the change room. It isn't like if you sit in the change room and go, right, this is what you've got to do. It doesn't. It's not that they don't listen. They're sitting there listening, but then emotionally driving it. And I thought we drove it really well for about 20 minutes, didn't we? There's kind of 20 minutes there where you could see we are looking to dominate that game in every area of how we attack the game. And then, like I say, we got that 12 points. The second we drew breath, we do a bad exit, and all of a sudden we're defending. And most of the rest of that half then became a story of us kind of just stopping Harlequins, didn't it? And then the second half, what we do, we kind of got revved up again in the changing room. We go out, we really went after it. We had a couple of good breaks, bang, score that try, 17 points. Things there, you think, right, now we need to start pushing on. And actually what happened, when it became that broken game where we're trying silly offloads, we're trying to run out of our 22, we're throwing floaty passes, just the passes before half time. That passage played probably round up the game. You know, we're 12 up, there's a minute or so to burn on the clock, and we start running them side to side, and Joe Simmons tries a floaty pass over the last defender, throws it straight into touch. That was a bit where we were. It didn't need any of that. It needed some direct, hard, good communicating, solid decision making. This is how we're going to go: A, B, C, A, B, C, and we could have controlled the whole game. And we just didn't want to do that. We didn't want to do it for whatever reason. We didn't want to do it. But we'll discuss that on Monday in the shake-up.